Good morning, fellow Blues. How are you doing today? I don't know about you, but this Monday feels particularly beautiful, doesn't it? Blue Mondays, a very blue Monday, actually. I guess the point I was making is a blue Monday. It's starting to be a sad thing, but it's a blue Monday because it's a good thing. We just beat Liverpool yesterday, 3-0, on Guardiola's 1,000th game, and I have absolutely loads to talk about, and I'm very, very excited. I'm very excited about this Manchester City side. I'm very excited about that performance. I was at the game yesterday. It hit different watching City destroy Liverpool, the Premier League champions, under Guardiola for his 1,000th game in charge as a manager. It felt lovely, absolutely lovely, and I think we've seen a remarkable bunch of circumstances and remarkable performances from a few players in that game that absolutely need highlighting. Of course, I've done a live video last night in match reaction. I also did a very quick reaction actually at the game as well, which was fun. So I was doing some filming with something you'll see on YouTube in a few days' time. It wasn't for City, but it was something else. And they had their fancy camera with them, and I said to them, "Do you mind actually if I use your camera to just do? Can you like sort of help me with some filming for it briefly?" And they went, "Yeah, sure, man." And they let me use their fancy camera to do a bit of filming and send me the video afterwards. And as you can see over here, this one here, that's me there outside the ground. I did something like a 2.5 minute video because I didn't want to take the piss, but I did an actual reaction straight after the game, which was great. So you got the raw emotion. Go and watch that, and of course go and watch the live video of reaction from last night as well. And now of course on live with the 5 things learned. So if you're here, thank you very much. Subscribe and give the video a like. If you're new here, it's massively appreciated. I would love to do more stuff at the ground, Ethan, but I haven't got the time, mate. I just haven't got the time or the money because that takes people. It takes a crew, and I haven't got the money to pay for a crew, and it takes time, which I haven't got. So maybe one day I'll get to that point. So yeah, we will see. Congratulations, Shane. You got a kid 3 days old. Shane, congratulations, mate. The best feeling in the world. The most tiring feeling in the world, but the best feeling in the world. Trust me, you will love it. Throw yourself into it, Shane. If you've got a kid, I'm buzzing for you, mate. Let's start with the only place we really can start, I think. Doku can be world class. If there was ever any doubt about how good Jeremy Doku could be, and there's been plenty of ruminations and pontifications and considerations and communications and other shins around the ability of Jeremy Doku. Happy birthday to Deepash in the chat, by the way. There's been loads of talk about how far Jeremy Doku can go in world football. Can he be the level that Manchester City want? Can he be a world-class winger, one of the best in the world? And he's shown little moments here and there of just how unique and how special he can be as a footballer. There's not a single person in the world that would deny that Jeremy Doku is a ridiculously gifted, unique footballer. His natural ability is ridiculous. As Guardiola said afterwards, you think I can teach him how to dribble? No, right? Guardiola can't teach him how to do that. That's a very Jeremy Doku innate gift. He's a ridiculously gifted, very special footballer. But the question mark has always been around consistency, affecting the game, and whether he can become a world-class winger. Yesterday against Liverpool, that was as good a performance you did get from a winger. That was actually world-class. That was brilliant. I know Liverpool aren't like a great side, but they are the Premier League champions, and they've been up and down this season, but they're a very good side. They just beat Real Madrid, they beat Aston Villa, they're actually in a decent run of form, and Doku utterly tormented them. Like, that was that shouldn't have been televised legally. He humiliated them on the public stage of millions of people watching around the world. Doku had their pants down, man. It was an absolute spanking of a performance from Jeremy Doku, and it wasn't just because he dribbled past them over and 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 over again. It doesn't matter if there's 1 man, 2 men, 3 men. Doku went past him for fun. It was more than that. It was the fact that he was creating chances as well. It was the fact that he won a penalty. And then the biggest cherry on top of the beautiful cake already that was already ice and full of cherries anyway, an extra big cherry was that wonderful goal to seal the victory. Just when it felt like we'd lost a bit of momentum, Doku stepped up and put it in the top corner from 30 yards, 25 yards maybe. But a delightful whip, a delightful finish, and a performance that sort of, I would say, announced himself to another level to show that he actually can be world class. And I saw someone say this on a forum, but I'm going to sort of quote them relatively verbatim anyway. I think with Doku, he's still a little bit inconsistent here and there. Though I think that's fine, by the way. I think that's normal. I think it's just highlighted more because we haven't got a right winger at his level for what it's worth. Like, don't forget when When we had Sane, Sterling and Mahrez, if one or two had a quiet game, it didn't matter because the others would pick it up on the other side. But right now, Doku's got to do everything, so you notice him more. But anyway, he's still a little bit consistent. But the difference is, I think the highs have just got higher. Like, the level he's playing at is higher. And it's like, this was his range previously, lower. So, like, very good to poor. It's just shifted like that, and the gap's got smaller. So he doesn't really have poor games anymore, and his levels got higher. So he's a bit inconsistent still, but he's absolutely, like, his levels got better. He's creating and influencing the game. He's getting the ball all over the pitch. He's absolutely brilliant. That was a world-class performance from Jeremy Doku. I absolutely loved it. It was brilliant, it was electric, it was vibrant, and it shows just how far he can come. By the way, a bit of a spoiler, I haven't actually got O'Reilly singled out in this video because there are other things I want to talk about, but I think I want to throw a quick throwaway to O'Reilly and Núñez. By the way, excellent, the pair of them. O'Reilly, brilliant. But I haven't talked about O'Reilly in this because there's other things I wanted to bring up in particular. Second is that Bernardo is one of the greats. Look, I watched that game yesterday with a smile on my face, watching Bernardo Silva, and man, derogatory and also lovingly termed as an unk, a guy that many people felt was past it. Thankfully, I've got the receipts to prove that I always felt that in a confident team, an untired team, and a Bernardo Silva that was only playing 75% as much football as he did, which has happened this season. He's not playing every single game. He's getting rest here and there. I felt like Bernardo Silva would find some of that joy again. Bernardo Silva against Liverpool was absolutely essential. We do not do what we do against Liverpool without Bernardo Silva on that pitch. And of course, he got the rest midweek, and he came back into the side, and he played like the elite level footballer, the incredibly brilliant genius footballer that we know he is. And he always has been. He's one of our all-time greats. He's one of the best ever Manchester City footballers, period. Like, he's unbelievable. Like, he's one of the greatest to ever do it for Manchester City. That's not a question. He really is that level of good. We've been spoiled by geniuses in Aguero, Yaya, Vinny, De Bruyne, Gundogan, all these people. But Bernardo Silva is up there with the very best to ever put on a blue shirt. He's top 10 in my opinion. Some people have him top 5, and rightfully so. When you think about what he's done, the big game moments, the aggression, that almost adopted Mancunian spirit, the fact that he hates these guys and all that, yeah. And I think I want to bring this Guardiola quote up for a reason because I think it's pertinent. Guardiola said Bernardo was struggling last season. He was struggling, but he was there every single game, guys. Exhausted. After 50, 60 minutes, he could not run 1 minute. And in certain moments, he said, Pep, I'm drained. My mind is not anymore. It's defeat, defeat, defeat. But he was there. He was there. And he went on to say, and I said many times, that will not be forgotten. And Gunda was there. Many players were there. And that's why he's my captain. Because in bad moments, he proved. He's been an incredible signing for us. And in the way we played today, he's a master. This is the bit as well. Yep. The tempo, wanting the ball, accelerate, decelerate, intuition of where the space is to press or not, how to manage situations, many things. He's one of the most clever players I've ever met in my period as a manager. I watched him closely yesterday, Bernardo. The amount of times he'd get the ball from the centre-backs and he'd just drift over to the left with it, realise there's nothing there, and he'd drift over the right a little bit, and he'd hold on to it, and then he'd release it. And that's a masterclass of dictating the tempo of a game. He was slowing it down to take the sting out of it, to give the team a breather, to get the shape back, and just to collectively think a little bit. But Bernardo Silva is my captain. He's wonderful, and for me, watching him potentially lift the league would be it'd be an honour. I want to see him do it more than pretty much anyone we've ever had as a captain, because I think he's a special footballer, and I want to see him do it. He deserves it. The mini Rodri gets bigger again. So Guardiola sort of coined affectionately after a few games of his debut that we feels like we've got a mini Rodri here. And watching him yesterday hit the knee slide, the Rodri knee slide, and score a big goal in a big game, I implore anyone to go search Twitter or whatever and look for a Nico Gonzalez compilation from that game. He's even better than you remember. He was absolutely fantastic against truly elite midfielders, you know. Gravenberch is one of the best DMs in the league last season. McAllister is a proven world-class performer. Szoboszlai has been excellent for Liverpool this season, and but Nico Gonzalez dominated them. He was unbelievably good. His understanding of space is so much better. His technical ability, his ability to pivot on the ball and turn past defenders and drive into space. There's just those classic number 6 Spanish body fakes where they just look one way and then they go the other way. And he's so simple, man. It's so simple. They just drift past people, and he's got that Spanish lone 6 gene, which makes him so magnetic to watch. And his passing is getting better, breaking the lines so crisply as well, pinging the ball out wide. And now, of course, he's scored a goal, a slight bit of luck, but he's bought the ticket and he's won the lottery. And yeah, an absolute massive game from a guy who's getting bigger and bigger every single week. I know he's not so mini, he's quite a big lad, but he's not quite as big as Rodri, but he's getting bigger. And right now, he's absolutely fantastic. Thank you so much to the super chat, by the way, from Contrarian Codex. It's relevant. Mate, that's incredibly kind of you. He says, thanks for the work you do, mate. Hope all is well. I'm great, mate. A bit tired, but I'm absolutely wonderful, pal. I enjoy making the videos, and thank you so much. He said also, or they said, also, big ups to Nico Gonzalez. My man may actually reach Rodri's level at some point. I agree, mate. You might do. I actually tweeted... I tweeted like 2 weeks ago, Nico Gonzalez will be considered one of the best midfielders in the world in 2 years. I was wrong. We don't need to wait 2 years. 2 weeks we've done it. He's one of the best midfielders in the world already. I think it's very obvious to anyone paying attention. Thanks so much, Contrarian Codex. Yeah, Nico Gonzalez gets better and better and better. Foden, I wanted to talk about Phil Foden. Like, yesterday was not the Villarreal game where Phil Foden was all flair and flamboyance and world-class finishing, passing the ball into the back of the net for 20 yards twice. He was that was a performance against Villarreal of his utmost technical ability and skill and just genius in front of goal and so on, creativity. Yesterday was a performance of maturity. There's been a chasm in the City leadership. There's been a chasm left by the departing City leaders, you know, likes of Gundogan, De Bruyne, Kyle Walker have all left, Edison, Akanji, Grealish, all these incredibly popular players who would have had a big personality in the dressing room. So many big names leaving in 12 months, and then of course, you know, you go a bit further back and you see the likes of you know, Mahrez leaving, and who else is left, but big people leaving all the time. And the point I'm trying to make is these are naturally older senior players who had a lot of responsibility that people looked up to, and in that hole stepped in people like Erling Haaland, Ruben Diaz, Rodri, and Phil Foden, in my opinion. Phil Foden is showing a maturity to his game right now that marks him out as one of the best players in the league. And that performance, what I loved about it, it wasn't the headline-grabbing performance where he gets the assists and gets the goals, but he was so mature, man. The way he was passing it past Liverpool, the way he was dropping deep to help the fullbacks, centre-backs get the ball, play the simple little 1-2s in the triangle to bypass the press, doing the dirty work, putting his foot in, running hard, nipping into challenges, pushing Verts off the ball physically. By the way, Verts is probably even slightly taller than Phil Foden, but Phil Foden is like 3 times as strong as Verts, because that is that Premier League core strength that Verts hasn't got yet. Phil Foden bullied him off the ball despite being an inch or two shorter. So yeah, Phil shows, you know, that is the Premier League wiliness and experience that you gain from several years playing there. And Phil yesterday, I just loved watching him play as a number 8 yesterday. That was at number 10, it was at a number 6. That was a classic box-to-box midfielder who helps the defenders, who gets forward too, and does a bit of everything. That is what Guardiola's always said. The best version of Phil Foden one day will be able to play alongside the number 6 and look like he belongs there. And we saw that yesterday from Phil Foden. Don't get me wrong, he was still playing sort of ahead of Bernardo and Nico, but he was getting back and doing the dirty work and contributing all over the pitch, and I absolutely loved it. Phil is a fantastic player who's getting better and better every single week. And this is the point I want to talk about the most. The final one is we're in a title race, 100%. We absolutely are. Guardiola sides always take a little bit of time to get going. They're often better in the second half of the season for a reason. Guardiola tweaks and he tries things and he works on new ideas from August to January, and then from January and February he looks at everything that works. He tweaks a few things here and there, you know, subtle tweaks, a screw here, an Allen key there, just changing things around a little bit, and he stumbles across something that works 95 times out of 100, because that's what Guardiola does, and he creates a monstrous side. And it's very obvious to me that this is his next potential monstrous side. We are working towards something special. I don't know how good it could be, but we're obviously going to get better. We're 4 points off Arsenal. We've got to play them mid-April, by the way. Only 5 games left to the end of the season after we play them at home. And if we are close by that point, and I don't see why we wouldn't be unless something disastrous happens. If we are, we beat them. And who knows, man? They may just crumble again. Absolutely, Contrarian Codex in the challenge in the chat. They do know what it feels like to be chased by City. And I think the beautiful thing for me is that I actually don't think the expectations on this City side. I think they are. Oops, sorry, what's that? My phone jumped to life there. I think we are. apologies, my phone jumped out loud. I got my phone buzzed. And I checked it because my wife and kids, I always check it instinctively to make sure there's nothing wrong. What was I saying? Yeah, and I think if we get to that period of the season and we keep applying that pressure, and I think no one's expected anything from us this season. I know that the press and the rival fans will go, "Oh, City, you're always going to be up there." But a lot of people were writing City off this season, saying we're in a race for the top 4. All the big pundits were saying it. People were saying maybe this is the end of the Guardiola reign. There was too much of a churn of older players and all that kind of stuff. And for me, I'm not expecting this City side to win the league. I think we're playing with genuine freedom and a genuine lack of expectation, which is exciting. You know, it's really exciting. Like, there is a real sort of fun and vibrancy to the City side that makes them loose and free, and to be honest, it makes them scary, because this is a bunch of players who are hungry, they have conviction, and they are enjoying their football, and they are talented at the same time. Like, we are in a title race. We announced to the world yesterday that we are absolutely in a title race by doing what we did to Liverpool, and I can't wait to see how it goes. I really can't wait to see how this unfolds, because it's very exciting to watch. It really is exciting, and I can't wait. Yeah, I can't wait. Of course, there's loads of things to talk about. I mean, Contrarian in the chat as well said the bromance is off the charts in this team. Yeah, I agree. Like, watching Diaz, Donnarumma, Haaland all chest bump each other, all support each other, watching Nunes go mad because his cross got an assist, and then Shirky running over to Nunes to celebrate with him, watching Foden and Haaland chomp on an apple at the side of the pitch together, watching all these players just absolutely respect each other, enjoy the football together, and watching the fun in the football, as Pogo said in the chat as well, the transitions, the pace going forward. City just electric. I'm thoroughly enjoying it. Like, I can't wait to watch more of this Manchester City side, and that to me is the crucial take. If we enjoy watching it, the players will enjoy doing it, and when you enjoy doing it and you get the results and you beat Liverpool 3-0, that is powerful. It is powerful. It sends a message to everyone, as always. Just a quick video because I'm going to crack on with my day, but thanks for watching this video. Give the video a like, subscribe if you're new. There'll be more videos tomorrow, as always. I'm very excited. Up the Blues. It's international break now. I'm actually gutted. I don't want international break. I'll try and find something to do and do some chats. I don't know what I'll do. Any ideas? Put them in the video comments, not the live chat, and I'll try and get some videos out of the way during the international break. For now, in a bit, we're in a title race, guys. Bye-bye.